Not much time left with Edge of Eternities. Let's get into another Premier Draft while we got it. And getting things started here. Ooh. What do we have here? So the Void is interesting. In the right deck, I think this can be pretty good. We have a Rescue Skiff here, which is pretty sweet most of the time. But as I look at the best card in the pack, it's got to be my friend, the Engineer. Do I want to pick a blue-green card to get started? Sure. And we follow it up with a Glacial Godmaw. It's probably not really even that close. I do love a good Interceptor Mechan. Codecracker Hound is fantastic as well. But if we're going to do the green ramp lander thing, we'll take our top-end threat here and be pretty happy. Now here's an... I was going to say, I would love to take this Breeding Pool. Don't know that I necessarily need that, and I am not passing off a Cryogen Relic to get things started here. So, pretty good start. Pretty good little start. Now, what do I like here? Fungal Colossus versus Mechanozoa. You could also look at potentially taking a splash into maybe red for Orbital Plunge to make some more landers. I don't mind necessarily doing that. I think we'll stay in our color combo here with Mechanozoa. I really like this card. Another good top-end card. Here we have Ragost. Certainly not going to be playing that. Again, if we wanted to splash into red, we could look at that. We have really our two good options, I think, are Divert Disaster and Fate Maker. I like Fate Maker in this deck. Cheap early warp play to pump something up, and then late, this can be quite good to make sure that we can try to push some damage through. Okay, here's an interesting one as well. Do we want to take a Shattered Wings, Moxite? We have a Dirgecraft. Or do we take an Operative? Let's curve. We do want to have some curve early, and this deck typically can also play pretty fast into two spells. You know, we should hopefully be ramping pretty efficiently. That way we'll take the Operative. We do need to keep an eye out for some good interaction and removal spells. I sometimes find myself in that trap with this kind of deck. So, gosh, we have seen like a billion Shattered Wings. We can look at a Null, which I'm not too thrilled about taking. Shieldmate is fine. I think I do actually take the Shattered Wings here. A lot of opportunities and targets for this. Artifacts, enchantments, creatures with flying. We do get to surveil. It is at sorcery speed, so that's something to pay attention to, but for some early potential interaction, not a bad play. Okay. Ooh. We have a Cryo Shatter versus a Thawbringer. I'm going to go ahead and take the Cryo Shatter here. I do really like Thawbringer. Great. But again, we've got some decent creatures up to this point. Let's take a good interactive spell, and Cryo Shatter is one of those, certainly. Okay, another Shattered Wings. We have Bombardment, Systems Override, Lost in Space, and Mental Modulation. I suppose I will take the Lost in Space here. Dual Sun, another Modulation, another Wings, and a Nutrient Block. I'm actually going to take Nutrient Block here. Don't know if I end up playing this or not, but I think of all the cards there, this was fine. I really didn't want another Shattered Wings. I think one of these is fine. Here we are again. Whatever. Take the Torpedo. In case there's ever a world in which we get into some kind of play where we need some artifacts, I guess we'll snag those. But highly doubtful that... Again, Nutrient Block, maybe. This is certainly playable. Gain some life. Draw a card for 3 mana. Isn't bad. This can also not be a pretty decent spell. Double spell. So if we get anything that is impactful for that, then happy with that. Torpedo, really not playing. Unless, of course, we start to see a whole bunch of spacecraft, and even then, I think that's a hard grab. Take the Scrapper here. Because if we splash into another color, very likely it's going to be red. Okay. man. Do I need a second Glacial Godmaw? Or do I want to grab something like a Scrap Bot? Or do we splash into black for 0-point Ballad? I think we do. Let's keep this on the table as an option. I think that's fantastic. And then here, I almost want to say we go ahead and take the Grav Kill. I'm going to lean all the way into that. Let's lean into it. Okay, here, what do we like? I have a Diplomatic Relations, Cryo Shatter. We do have a Self-Craft Mechan. We have a Codecracker Hound. I think Codecracker Hound is just the best. So we will go ahead and grab that. Now we have a little bit of card draw action. Shatter Wings could probably now come out. We'll keep an eye on this here. So we have 1, 2, 3, actually 4 removal spells. Interaction, 5 spells. It's not bad. Okay, what do we like here? Probably, you know, it's funny because I really like Tapestry Warden, actually quite a bit. I'm pretty high on this creature. There is quite a few creatures that, especially in blue, have a stronger toughness rather than their power, but I think to help ensure, we need to, you know, kind of ensure that we can hit our splash color here. Galactic Wayfarer is the one. Starbreach Whale. Really, our options here, in my opinion, are Starbreach Whale versus Fungal Colossus. Again, I want to be able to surveil. I want to be able to set up my draws. I want to be able to find my lands. And I do like the flying ability of Starbreach Whale. And likely we'll see another Fungal Colossus come back around as a good top-end card. Okay, here we have a few options. Sky Stinger, Mechan, or Download. Now, I'm not playing necessarily a ton of artifacts, but this is just draw 3 cards. But the Mechan also can help me to do that and put some power and toughness on the battlefield. And we're going to get rewarded with a second relic here, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, lots of options here still. Operator, Lost in Space, Modulation, a Sky Stinger, and a Command Bridge. I will secure Command Bridge here. Ooh. Do we need to shore up our bottom end of our curve here, or do we need a burst? I'll take the burst. And now, do I want Navigator or Sentinel? Or another Cryo Shatter? I'm going to take the Sentinel here, or Mecha Navigator, excuse me. And I get rewarded here because another Cryo Shatter is fantastic. Sure, I'll take the Flyer. Wow. Our colors are all the way open, my friends. All the way open. Okay, what do we like here? Space-Time Anomaly? No. Creeping Tar Pit is actually really interesting. I'm going to take this. This actually fits into the deck very nice. I think we have a good suite of interaction. It's both of our colors we're looking for. That seems pretty great to me. All right, at this point, 11 creatures. So I do want to look for some creatures. It's like Download again is very, very good. I think our interaction suite is solid. I think at this point now I do take the Fungal Colossus. We're going to have a couple of different lands here. You can find one other multicolor land. That would be great. Here, I actually really like Meltstrider's Resolve. There's not a lot of other good options. We could take it in Diplomatic Relations, of course. Sky Stinger's not a bad creature at all, but I will take the Meltstrider's Resolve. And honestly, if that can help me get rid of something like a Lost in Space, I'm happy to do that. I'm not very big on this card. I think if it was costed 1 less, it'd be pretty good. This is always just kind of the standard cost for this type of spell. Timing on this always seems to be really important. Obviously, it can save you from taking lethal damage, but Okay. What do I like here? Nanoform Sentinel versus Sky Stinger. I think I like just the Sky Stinger, actually. Although artifacts... Yeah, we'll take the Sky Stinger. I think this is a little bit better of a blocker. I'm going to just take the rare and not play the Dominion Bracelet. Okay, here we go. Nice little germinating worm. We need a few creatures to help round out our curve. I guess now I can take a Sentinel. Seems fine. We don't have any spacecraft to really take advantage of this, which is where this really shines. But I'm feeling okay. 15 creatures, 8 non. Gosh, we have a Hissing Quagmire now, too. Do I just take that over the Intrepid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I do. My Fungal Colossus gets a whole lot better. And I am really set on our colors. Oh, and then we followed up. Tenderfoot versus a Thawbringer. I'm going to take the Tenderfoot. I will secure us a Cerebral Download. Yes, another Sky Stinger. Shattered Wings. And a Savior to finish. This felt like a pretty good... Our lane was definitely open. We were getting our colors. I think splashing a very light splash into black is totally fine because we found some fantastic fixing here in both Hissing Quagmire and the Tar Pit, which can help us to close out some games. Let's take a look and see how we did. I really like our suite of removal and interaction. We have probably all of the best stuff we could hope for. We need to make just a couple of cuts here. Am I missing any interaction? Okay, I think we can pretty quickly get rid of one Sky Stinger. I also don't know that Steel Swarm Operator is super great in our deck. It's not really helping us to ramp up into Godmaw, which is where we really want to be. I think I'm comfortable with 15 creatures, so really we just need to look at potentially one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 direct removal spells. 6 interaction here. Obviously, 2 relics to lock some things down are good. Honestly, it feels like just download. This is all essentially kind of interaction for us. We can ramp up into the Ballad if we're getting kind of punished and aggroed out. Other than that, we're just trying to draw some cards, get to our Godmaw, slam it, punch lands. We don't have a ton of lander creation, just the Engineer and the one Wayfarer, I believe. That is okay. We have some great warp creatures, essentially Drix, Whale, and Worm all help us to warp in, so our 2 mana plays are pretty good. So I think our curve is really nice. 3.1 in this deck. I don't think I have enough. I was considering potentially maybe I could go to 16. I don't think so though. Not with the Godmaw and Mechanozoa, and we want 0 point Ballad a lot of times to B6 if we can get to that point, just to get the extra advantage off of this. This deck won't suffer as tough from that, just because we do have some bigger toughness creatures. So doing this for like 3 or even like 2 doesn't hit nearly as many of our things. Let's just double check here. Do I like any of the creatures better? Is it nutrient block or anything? I don't think so. The one thing I'm thinking about is like Sentinel versus another Sky Stinger. And I'm actually going to do that because, again, I really don't... The artifact synergies, I guess with Mechan, but Mechan's really going to be trying to find a relic or even itself or like a navigator. So I'm actually okay with that. And if I don't get a ton of value off of this, that's fine too. I I think the only other thing I'm thinking about is, do I need to play this command bridge? This gives me 1, 2, 3. I'm already gonna have 3. I don't want a ton of tapped, but this is any color. I have 3 tap lands. I think we'll try it. But I could see. I guess this is fine. As long as we don't get too stuck here on mana. You know, hopefully opening hand we have one of these two, I guess. And again, we have Engineer and Wayfarer to help us. Codecracker Hound drawing some cards. This feels pretty good. Let's see how she does. Wow. That's pretty nice. We got a good little curve here, too. And we are on the play. Always a good place to be. I mean, it's going to go nice. We can go Tenderfoot into Wayfarer and kind of rock and roll from there, potentially. Lab ship, nice. Let's see if they want to play here. Uh-oh. Mirror match. Follow it up with your own Tenderfoot? That'd be cool. They're highlighting my forest. Don't destroy my forest. Shieldmate. Get this online? Sure. Sure. Let's go ahead and get on in. And we will Wayfarer. The part about this is we have both Biosynthetic Burst and Germinating Worm, and we can also crack the Lander token. Oh, nice. They're going to get this right up and going. And it has Vigilance. That's not great. Man, I could lock this down. No. I like just cracking the Lander here, I think. Sure. Missed a land drop. I mean, they had to sniff that out. I guess maybe they don't know. They're not sure if they have another play. Missing their land drop probably hurts them pretty bad here. Essentially now, too, because I can warp this in, tap this down, put a counter here, and attack for 7. Just going to kind of lean. And we can have a follow-up play of either Mechanozoa again, or like Cryo Shatter, Germinating Worm. Looks like they missed their land drop again. I am sorry, my friend. There's Scoutlander, though. That could help him. Maybe. If I just play Mechanozoa, and lock that down, I get in for 7. Or I can do 3, 4, 5. I think the most mana efficient play is Mechanozoa. And then just Cryo Shatter or whatever comes next. And they basically have to block everything. Looks like they missed another land, potentially. Yeah, it's just, in this matchup, you can't stumble when we got out so efficiently. Sure. That's a good play. Problem is this still forces basically a double chump. Creeping Tar Pit says it can't be blocked. I'm gonna warp this in. Gain some life. And we're back at it. 2 4/4s. Play a worm here. And then the game's over. Oh, it's not over. Reaping Tar Pit, actually. Predator. Okay, well, now the game's over. Ooh. Now the question is, do I just Grav kill the Lash Whip? Okay, no. Well, I was like, what do they have? What could they possibly play for 1 mana? Nothing. Was the answer to that question. Just needed to probably activate that. But I'm actually trying to think if there was something. I think I'm actually better off Grav killing the Lash Whip and attacking, because then I could make the Intrepid Tenderfoot bigger. Yeah. And then just keep putting the pressure on. All right, good little start to the this one. But obviously, our opponent stumbling there a little bit on lands, getting on the back foot in the mirror does not help either. Okay. Our hand is a little slow, but we have plenty of 2-mana plays. And there's a good one. And I like getting started with all 3 colors. Opponent being a little slow here as well. There's nothing wrong with that for me. Some lands up and running. I'd like a good 2-mana creature here, please. Not quite, but let's just get a Sky Stinger going. Being able to command bridge and bricks is not bad. Okay. This is a 3/4 first striker. Okay. I like... I wonder if I want to... I wonder if I just crack the Relic here. Or do I make this a 4/4? Part of me wants them to invest And one of the ways I think you can kind of really lean in on some of these decks sometimes is not forcing, but letting folks invest in their spacecraft. I guess I should have potentially saw that. I really don't want to cryo shatter the 2/2. Well, I like Navigator here. Guess let's lock this down and draw a card. Part of me really wants to be able to like either double spell or be able to play Fate Maker, keep up burst. There's a Sammy. They're gonna make it 2/2 off of this, which is really good. This gets powered up for 9. Guess we just run the Starbreach Whale out here. I think both big creatures here are pretty good, right? It's like, I don't really want to cryo shatter the Sammy. Maybe I should have. This becomes a 3. This goes up at 3. Becomes a 6/5. Sure. Tap that. Make that a 6/5. Attack me for 6 in the air. It's not great. Oh, blocks. Okay. Let's start by cryo shattering this. I think I then want to attack in the air with Starbreach Whale. I can play my 5/5. And I think I hold up burst. Breacher, very good. That is very, very good. My passage to victory here is going to be attacking the air. Yep. Hopefully I don't face an invasive maneuvers here, but if I do, it is what it is. Why didn't they play this first? Gonna keep making 2/2s. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Now, one of the things I can look at doing, I think I like the idea of Mechanizoa here. I also very much like just running out Codecracker Hound. Let's get some more cards in our hand. Take the Intrepid Tenderfoot. I am going to punch in the air. Okay. This actually helps me immensely because this helps to stop them from triggering the Sammy. Hopefully. I'm not in great shape here, though. Not having a direct answer for Sammy is pretty bad. Again, I can Mechanizoa and lock this down. But if all they do is just keep going wide... One mountain available to them, which means 3 damage to something. Alright, I am not walking into... a little trick spell here. Yep, I knew they had the Plasma Bolt. Okay. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures. I think realistically, I have to just Navigator, Tenderfoot, and Warp in the Worm. And I cannot attack, unfortunately. And if I just had the mana for Glacial Godmaw there, I feel like that's potentially a winning proposition. Yeah, so like we chump here. Block here. Block here. And block here. It's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 damage. I think that's it. Good game. Just too wide, my friend. Okay. Engineer, Whale. And all 3 colors of lands. Not bad, not bad. I want to warp this in. I will take a Sky Stinger. Don't think I needed the land. I'll pretty happily play Sky Stinger here. What does this do? Ponder's Enclave. Scrappa. Pretty good. Let's get old Sky Stinger out. What I like doing here is Biomech and Engineer. And then I can keep up the lander, and I really don't want to actually use the lander. What I'd prefer to do is self-craft mech in, and then pump that up. I will take 3 from the scrap bot. Just because if I can engineer and then keep Biosynthetic up, I can help to potentially deflect a attack and or Kind of eliminate a removal spell. Be nice. Not blocking. I will take the 3, friend. I need to make sure to play Forest here. Engineer. My lander. And see, the nice part about this is I don't attack here. It just makes it look like I want to use the lander. That is a good place to be. Now the question is, I have a feeling that they're going to try to kill this. Engineer is certainly a late game problem. As long as it's not a grav kill. Beckoner, sure. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna take 4 here. And then burst this. Okay. Yep. There's my Godmaw. Let's get in for 6. The good part here is if they just go land into Pedigree, you know, they can get their trigger off of the Mechan if they want, but it's a clean block for me. And then I'm cryo shattering and punching in for a pretty sizable amount of damage. We're gonna have the Starbreach Whale as well to help us set up. I just need lands now at this point. So that is pretty good. If we do find a land, then Starbreach and Cryo Shatter becomes an option. So that's pretty nice. Also, if they just go land Pedigree to try to turn on Bonder's Enclave this next go around, there's the Grav kill. Okay, fair enough. I'll take 2. They're gonna loot. They had the land. Interesting. Ooh, they had extra lands. Here is my land. I want to just go Starbreach here. I like Relic. And I think I do just Cryo Shatter this. That gives them, again, no target for the Pedigree. Now, granted, they can still get this in. Self-craft Mechan on their Navigator. That's a good play. Sure. For 3 in the air. Let's draw a card. This is interesting. I like warping this in here. The nice part is if they attack, I can take the damage. I might take 6 here, which isn't great. I could also just throw the engineer in the way. That would actually probably be fine. And we're able to lock it down and draw a card. That feels pretty good. Get Bonder's Enclave if they want. Mechanizoa, sure. It's a good card. Lock down my whale. Kind of stalls out any potential attacks, but Drix's Fate Maker actually changes that equation a little bit, making the Sky Stinger bigger. Sure. Zero-point Ballad. Unfortunately, not very good. We have 2, 4, 6 mana. I needed one more land to be able to Drix and Germinating Worm. Really put some pressure on. Would have been nice. Dropping this down on Sky Stinger is going to be fine. Make this a 5/5. This is a good attack. Sure. You have to block now. We end the turn. Hopefully I don't get 0-point balloted in response. But they'd kill themselves, actually, because for 5. Sure. Yep. Sure. It's like, do I want to make that a 6/6 is the thing? Or do I just punch in and gain some life and end the turn? I think just putting power and toughness on the battlefield, and then they have to have an answer for the whale. And then I'll land here. Oh, they got a blocker. Nice. I mean, they could play the Pedigree and attack. That wouldn't be great for me. It's a lot of power toughness on the ground. Yep. 2, 4, 6, 7. I was gonna say, or I just make this an unblockable. It always comes down to like, okay, so the thought process here is I could have played a Glacial Godmaw, drop the forest, right? Now, if in response to that, they have some way to kill this, right? Still get pumped up. We're still big enough to attack. Things still get pretty well out of hand there. But that is if they have like a counter spell for Glacial Godmaw, this just like essentially kind of bricks my turn a little bit, right? I'm still able to attack with the Starbreach Whale. I'm really not in any potential of dying on the following turn, but it does kind of brick my ability to win. The other thought process I had is I guess I could have, and what I was thinking about was, did I have enough mana? 1, 2, 3. No, I did. By being able to play the Forest, I essentially had the ability to not only activate Creeping Tar Pit, but also Drix Fate Maker, putting the counter on Starbreach Whale and attacking. This would have been able to punch enough damage through with the trample piece of it that we would have been in good shape. Could have also thrown it in some different avenues. I could have put the 1/1 counter here on Germinating Worm, right? And then all these guys get trample, and I'm able to attack through. So I had a few different options for winning there. I guess the other piece of it is I could have just 0-point balloted for 1, killed this, and punched in the air. So lots of different avenues to find the win. Okay, I am on the play here. I'm going to trust the deck. I hope I don't get let down too hard here. We need 1 land. And this hand is great. Yeah, we're going to Wayfarer here. Get our... yeah, they're running... I don't want to say slow, but they're going to let us do our thing here. Fantastic. Nice part here is I can... Melt Strider's Resolve. Oh, I'm not even going to need to do that. Boy, howdy. That sure is nice. If I activate this, go grab me Swampy. That's pretty good. Halia. So this says, enchant creature fights with 1 target creature and opponent controls. And creatures plus 2, it can't be blocked. What I'd like to do here is Fungus Colossus. Punching this. Do not want Talia to get online, and I attack. And I play land. Vanishing Light on my Colossi. Respectable. Okay. Start by putting in some damage. Yeah, then we just warp this in, right? Take a Sky Stinger. Let's get some more power and toughness on the battlefield. Yeah. And if we find a land, we're going to be able to Codecracker Hound again, Mechan, and or Grav Kill. None of those are bad options. I feel like getting rid of the Halia was really timely. It's a good sequence there. Good part here is we have a strong 0-point ballot as backup, so this starts to kind of teeter out of our favor. That is a 6/7. They are going to be quite sad. Die Dryers with 1/1. If you do, draw a card. Yeah, sorry, my friend. Good night to that. Not draw the land, but I did draw the kill spell. I just run out a bunch of 2/2s. I just 0-point ballot for the win. Enhancer. Very nice. Still going to be pretty bad for you. Sorry, friend. rope me down here. Probably. And they did indeed do that, so Thorgrim, sorry having a bad day. We'll take it. Okay, on the draw here, this is still a pretty good hand, so we're gonna be able to get some opportunities to hopefully set up here a little bit. Strider's Resolve. I'm wondering if I want a Star Breach here instead. I think I do. Right, let's set up some draws. I kind of like land and Mechanizoa, so good with that. Alright, Ice Cave Crasher. Not great. Not blocking here, so just tap this down. Yep. If I crack this for the swamp, I think I still get to play this, right? Just kidding, I don't. Not ideal. I forgot it came into play tapped. I know what I'm doing. I've played this game. That's fine. We set up a Meltstrider Resolve Fungal Colossus turn. What does this say? Lander token. Box. Accept. Sure. Okay. Let's play that. Let's play Fungal Colossus. Let's play Meltstrider's Resolve. Shooting that. Let's Drix Fatemaker on the Engineer. Get in for 3. All seems good. Now we can Starbreach Whale, or I'm sorry, we can Mechanozoa and Codecracker Hound if we need to. We have a really good blocker that doesn't get orbital plunged. That is nice. We can also, if we draw a land, we can like Codecracker, Mechanozoa, and Drix again, which is great, making the Colossus a little bit bigger. And this is a little awkward because, again, they want to play the land and crack the lander and then be able to play a creature so that it comes in and it's bigger. The Engineered Future is interesting, for sure. You can support it with landers and lands, and I think that's what they're trying to figure out right now is they'd have to crack that, and then whatever they play for 3 mana. What would I like to see here? I do think a land would be pretty stellar. I think I have to block this and make them waste their removal spell. It's going to be like a close encounter or diplomatic relations or something. And I think I'm okay with that. 2 for 1. Because again, we can just, bombardment. That's kind of what I figured. Sure. That's fine. Yep. I take a point. That dies. They get to draw a card. Good for them. This goes away. It is a land. At this point, I just think attack. Starridge Whale. I like both. You're gonna be able to code Cracker Hound. Sure. Now they could play the Drix. They could crack. Flash Whip Predator. Okay. How about we stun you down, my friend? And let's get some power and toughness on the battlefield here. Let's get in for 7. Maker, sure. Sure. I'm in pretty good shape here. Diplomatic relations stinks a little bit. Have to block. Can't block that, my friend. That should pretty well lock it up, I would think. Maybe not quite. Two, 4, 6. This is kind of a gross turd. Forcing it to die. Yep. Eugene, my friend, I am sorry. That is the power of blue-green. Okay, on the play here, we're a little slow, but I'm okay with that. And we're going to have our colors too, which I'm pretty good with. And we have our top end just absolute bomb here in Glacial Godmaw. So plenty of 2-drops. We'll get our command bridge up. I'm okay with that. We'll take this. This is not the spiciest of hands by any means, but I think it's just better to do this, so I can't really play anything anyways. Now I can do this and do this. Hopefully Mecha Navigator doesn't instantly die. Silencer, cool. Do I want to just grav kill this? I guess let's see if they block. I'm gonna get rid of the ballad here. If I just eat a grav kill here, I guess I'm kind of sad. But if I don't, Monolith, very nice. Well, that's cool. This is gonna draw him a boatload of cards, I guess. Or I don't care. They did not attack. Interesting. Let's draw a card. And end the turn. Sure. That does stink a little bit. Can't hit me, or are they going to power up the Dirge Craft? They're hitting me. Let's tap this down. We'll draw a card. Yep. Sure. I have been poisoned. 2, 4, 5. This is 6 mana. I think we just Code Cracker. I will take a Colossus because I can then play this. Put a whole bunch of power and toughness on the battlefield, friends. That seems pretty good. Sure. Monolith is great, by the way. Are they gonna probably gonna embrace? Oh, they're just doing that to void in. Sure. They don't have an answer to Fungal Colossus. They go down to pretty low life total. If it's me, I'm Caesareing Faithful on the Voidborn? Wow. Sure. Oh, please. Wow. Are they dead here? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, well. Activating and getting the Dirgecraft up with their 3/1 was not recommended with a 5/5 staring you in the face in a 3/2 unblockable land. Now, granted, if they don't do that, I still push in an immense amount of damage. Like, an immense amount of damage, because we probably just... Actually, I don't even know. I think I might just activate the land and attack. Like, what else would there be? Why? I don't know what else I would hesitate in doing there. Or just, like, jamming the Godmaw and letting it run. We go first, and I cannot keep this. I only have 2 black cards in the deck, and I have, in quite a few games, drawn both of these. They're very good, don't get me wrong. I'm going to mulligan here. And I keep this hand. I'm going to try it. Gosh, do I want 0-point Ballad instead of the Godmaw? No. I'm going to have to hope that we draw a land here in the next 2 turns, or I am in trouble. Please don't go super aggro on me. Okay. Whew. This actually is a great draw. Hopefully helps me out quite a bit. I'm just going to pitch the Tenderfoot. I think I just need lands at this point. But an island is good. We can get Sky Stinger up. Intimidator. Yeah, you can have your 2. You can have your 2 landy tokens. I guess maybe I shouldn't have done that. But if they kill my Sky Stinger here, I'm pretty sad. So... Oh, they're gonna Plasma Bolt. Yeah, see? Plasma Bolt me anyways. Okay. I mean, it's not like that was a terrible draw, but the problem now is... if they can kill this, I'm in bad shape. Don't have 2 Virus Beetles. I think I have to find another green source here. Yeah. That sucks. Kind of thought that was coming, but I think I would rather get that out of the way. I'm only being pressured for 3 damage here, so... I think I just need to play this. At least Code Cracker Hound blocks. Potentially. Yep. Really not, I mean, my life total is not being pressured, so... I have a feeling they're flooding, yeah. That is going to be a problem. What are you playing for 7, friend? Alpha Royale. Well, this is bad. Okay. Cannot beat that. As I lose half my life and then I'm dead. So, can't stumble on mana like that. If we don't, or that last hand, it could have done some stuff. Do I regret not keeping the 0-point ballad? I actually kind of do, because it would have killed a handful of their 1/1s. We would have been able to, and the draws don't change, we would have been able to 0-point for 1. Okay, this isn't bad. We can keep this. Get going here. It's like, do I whale or do I relic? I am going to whale. I'm gonna take the chance here and rip into Code Cracker Hound, trying to draw some more cards. I probably just play the Code Cracker Hound again. Maybe I don't do that. Maybe I actually relic. They're missing land drops too. Another red-black deck. Yeah, I actually think I do that. Sure. Yeah, let me just relic here. 'Cause then I can mech in it, cracking the relic. And draw 2 cards, which feels pretty good. Area, sure. Take 4, sure. Another monolith. Wow. Crazy. Oh, crazy. I'm gonna hope that they don't have a grav kill. Power it up. There's my green source. If this just dies, I'm very sad. Okay, well, they don't have it. Seems like an aggressive attack. But they're gonna shoot this. Yeah. Sure. Yep. 2. Yep. Yep. All right, we got the lands. Now we need the top end. Now, the funny part is they get to attack with this. And I really don't want them drawing 3 cards. But I am going to have to block. I cannot afford to take 6 damage. Four, 5, 6. 2 for 6. I mean, I can Cryo Shatter and Star Breach. Actually like that. I need to find the Godmaw. Both to the bin. We're doing a good job of, like, genuinely kind of staying in front of this. They found the land, but the good part is if... Sure, that's fine. What they should have done is pumped it up first. And then hit me. Oh, maybe they couldn't. Oh, I'm just taking 7 off the rip here. That's great. Awesome. Okay. Okay. If I have 2, 4, 6, 8 mana, I can do everything that I want to do here. This is my only real opportunity at a play here. You have double removal spell, good on ya. But you don't. Sure. You can attack, sacrifice your Nova Hellkite to my Sky Stinger. I welcome that. Holy cards. Two, 4, 5. I think I have to play this outright as another blocker. Hold on, I really got to think about this. Now, if they have a removal spell, they have double removal spell, I'm dead. Two, 4, 6. I can 0-point Ballad. And I have enough mana to do it for 6. 2, 4, 5. No, I don't. No, I do not. So I think... take the Godmaw. I do have Quagmire. Sure. Now, if they have like a plasma bolt or whatever, fine. Six, 7. I don't know if this does it or not. It will if it works. No way. Oh man. Glacial Godma. It's a pretty dang good magic card. Okay, well. See if we can win this game. I'm not very confident, gonna be honest. But got some decent stuff here. This isn't a particularly fantastic hand, but I do think it's good enough to keep. I like relicking here. I think I do. An engineer, that's nice. Sure. I think we tenderfoot. I would really hope see a land here would be nice. Sure. Man Bridge is about the worst one. Okay. Sure. I don't particularly love this play, but you gotta kill it. Sure. Gotta lock it down. Gotta keep trying here. I mean, if you could counter this, good on you. Sure. 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh, sure. Yep, sure. Gosh, all lands, man. Holy moly. First strike is so tough. Dragon, sure. Ping me for 3. I'm going to find my swoop. Fungal Colossus. Interestingly enough, keeps me in this game. Game. Good game, Simon. Well, we did okay. I don't transparently I don't really count that last game being a in platinum here or whatever this is, facing top 64 on for the season in Edge of Eternities draft is necessarily lost. Deck did perfectly fine. Certainly we would have hoped a trophy, but this was pretty good. I think we had a really nice top end. We had a good suite of interaction. We stumbled a little bit on lands for a few of these. That's just, unfortunately, that's best of 1 and then did cost us kind of a game or 2 there. But other than that, we flooded out at the end in the last game. I actually felt like for the most part, traded okay. I don't, using the Crowd Shatter when we did on what we used it on wasn't particularly great. But I don't know that I could have held it for much longer. I'd have to go back, honestly, and take a look at that game and see, because we were getting our life total pressured pretty heavily. But that was standing. Deck did totally fine. Really nice curve. Double Relic was great. I think almost every time we were able to use the Mechan on the Relic, which was really, really nice. And then Crowd Shatters are great. Melt Shredder's Resolve. Got blown out once or twice. Trying to get that up and running, which is going to happen with that card, I feel like, from time to time. But some good trades with Biosynthetic Burst, and then when the deck could get established and hold a little bit, our top end just was able to take over. And one of the things that I'm really enjoying about Blue in this format, and why I've enjoyed Blue Black so much as well, is just gives you so many opportunities for good kind of like tempo plays, right? Cracking a Relic. Mechanozoa coming in, locking something down, and if you have some board presence at that point, you really can push some damage. And we were able to do that in one of those games very, very effectively by just flashing that in, putting something else on the board, like building our board and locking something down and being able to push in some damage is obviously just a recipe for super success. So really enjoyed this little green-blue, slight splash into black for a couple of good removal spells. We never balloted, so that is interesting. But overall, a nice little 6 winner. And, maybe the 7th one should have been mine if I was playing somebody a little bit closer to my rank. But Arena, it is what it is. You didn't want me to get those extra couple of gems this go around. But we still end up making a handful, which is always good. So if you enjoyed this, not too much Edge of Eternities left here. So we'll see. We'll probably jump into a handful more. Maybe we'll try out some Cube as well, as we got coming up and is currently in the queue. And we're eagerly awaiting through the Omen Pass. I don't want to say Spider-Man, 'cause that's not what it is here. So eagerly awaiting that, and we'll see. That should be up here on Arena before we know it. But if you enjoy MTG Arena content, especially limited, be sure to stick around. We got a whole big playlist of all that stuff, all of our qualifier play-ins, or Arena direct events, which we have done a massive amount of. So if you want to go take a look at any of that down there in the playlist, as well as every Wednesday, Cracks Pack. So if you're interested in that, do a whole bunch of stuff, play booster boxes, we do a whole bunch of collector boosters, got some old vintage sets, not vintage sets, we got some older sets coming up. We just recently did Eternal Masters, which was really cool. So be sure to give that a look-see. We got a playlist for all of those as well. I'll finish up by saying, consider subscribing. If you're not, really does help us out, trying to get to that 1,000 sub mark. In addition, likes and comments are always appreciated. If you want to join our Discord, links in the description. We'll close it out here. Say thanks for watching. Catch you next one. Peace.